All right, again. So right knee is bent, left leg is also bent. Now you can stay upright if you prefer, or start to forward fold over onto your pillow or onto your block. You can even use two pillows, but we'll be here for about 3 minutes and then we'll switch sides. Continuing to relax into this stretch. Every time that we come into a new pose is another opportunity to bear witness to what's happening into our bodies and also in our minds. Sometimes when we hold poses for longer, we might start to notice different things about how our body's responding to a pose. So allowing yourself to be mindful of that. Now that we've entered into our second pose of today's class, just to observe your thoughts, whether they're becoming more active, wanting to bounce around from more things to another. Know that that's quite natural, especially when we've trained our brains to be very active on a daily basis. Think of this as a way to retrain your brain, not necessarily to slow down, but just to give more space. We're here for just a few more breaths. When you're ready to shift out, lift your chest back up. We'll keep this leg shape before switching sides. We're moving to what's called deer pose. So instead of folding straight forward, we're moving towards a twist. So start to turn towards the right. So you're turning towards that right bent knee. Pillows can come along with you. So you're dropping your chest now towards the right side rather than face forward and down. Maybe you rest your right cheek down towards the pillow or left cheek if that feels nice. But you should feel a twist now in this variation. Not as much intensity on the hips, but still getting into the hip joints a bit. We're here for not too long, not as long as the first couple poses. Continue to take bigger breaths. And if you haven't done so, maybe you develop an intention to really focus your awareness towards. Last couple breaths in deer pose on this side. And start to lift up. And to switch out, place the pillows off to the side again and lift your knees up and just windshield wiper your legs side to side. Just helping get those hip flexors loosened up just a tad before we switch towards your other leg and find pigeon on the other side. All right, let's slow down this movement of our legs. Then you can either turn back towards the front. Sometimes it might just be easier to shift towards the back. But again, grab what you need. Left leg is now parallel to the front of the mat. Right knee is bent. Then you can continue to stay upright or start to fold over using blocks, pillows to help you out to hold this stretch. And each time that we enter into a new pose is a new opportunity to move back into awareness. And if you find that your mind is really starting to jump around again, your intention can be used as a point of focus just to help draw back to. So you can notice the thought, notice where your brain is moving, maybe notice where you're feeling it in your body, and then move your intention back into focus. Also know that it's not bad to have thoughts, but for the purpose of today's class, redirecting those thoughts and finding more intention with them. About 2 more minutes on this side. Just continuing to let your body sink into it. The more that we're able to relax into a pose, the more that we're able to get deeper into our fascia. Because if we start to tense up into a pose, especially when our anxiety starts to come in and we tense up due to just a stress response, the less stretch you're actually going to get. So we use our breath, we use what we've been given biologically to really start to move more softly into the pose. We'll continue to stay in this leg shape, but turn this into deer pose by turning towards the left. So again, grab your stuff, grab your pillows, and move your upper body, your torso, so that you're twisting now towards that left bent knee. Then allow your body, your upper body, to start to settle down onto the pillows. Again, your left cheek can drop down towards the pillow, or maybe your right cheek, depending upon what feels best on your neck. Only about 2 more minutes here. A lot of these poses that we're doing right now are really nice to do towards the end of the day, especially right before bed, so that we can allow deep rest into our body. Take your last couple breaths here in this pose. And start to sit up. Grab your pillows or whatever you had, and then turn back around, and we'll take a straddle pose. So legs go wide, just give them a brief shake. Maybe you massage your knees, maybe massage your quads. And we'll move into a quick child's pose. So let's meet onto a tabletop position first. And just move your spine around a bit before entering into child's. Just take a couple rounds of cat-cow to inhale, look up, and exhale, look down. And for this child's pose, we'll use our pillow. And I'm going to use my bolster. You can place the pillow directly underneath your chest. Toes go wide, knees go wide. And just allow your arms to wrap around the pillow. Know that if this feels uncomfortable on your knees at all, you can slide your knees closer back onto the mat. Maybe you want to fold up your mat and give your knees some cushion. If you're lying down on one cheek in this child's pose, make sure to switch cheeks towards the other side. We'll slowly lift up and out of this pose. And then if you have a wall close by, we're going to be going into a gentle inversion. So my wall is kind of right up the edge of the corner, so I'm not going to go up to legs up the wall. But ultimately, you would come towards your baseboard and then use the wall for leg support. If you don't have a wall close by, we'll just be here with legs up, either arms down. Maybe you want to take your arms up as well. You can also take your pillow underneath your tailbone. Use that as just a little bit of a lift into the spine to rest here for this gentle inversion. While you're here, if you wanted to maybe move your feet around a bit before holding in stillness, that might feel nice just to get some more ankle flexion. Continue to hold in stillness for about the next minute. While you're here, relax your brow, relax your face. A lot of the times we even hold tension into our forehead. Maybe even relax your tongue, where you can draw your tongue more towards the roof of your mouth. That'll help allow more air in. Take these last few breaths here. And we'll slowly release. Just set up for your Shavasana. And Shavasana can be with the pillow. I usually like to slide my bolster underneath my knees, and then maybe have another pillow underneath my back body. This is where your blanket comes in handy, to place your blanket over yourself for these final few minutes that we have in our Shavasana, to allow your body to rest completely. And resting is really something that's not as purported in our society. So maybe this feels quite different to do than even the other yoga practices that we've done thus far. Continue to notice what shows up in both your mind and your body, especially when we move into something that's quite counterintuitive for how we typically move. We'll be here for just another minute, continuing to allow your body to relax. And know that you can stay here much longer. In fact, I recommend that you do, that you stay here for longer if you have the time. Just continue to allow your body to relax and rest before you move into the rest of your day. But if you need to move into your next thing, we'll transition out of this just by taking a full body stretch, almost like you're waking up in the morning. And roll over on towards your side body.